So we got like what? How many films? 30 or so. Okay. Let's not take it too long. Yeah, I think the last episode had like what 10 things to talk about, and it was like 20 minutes. That's kind of ridiculous. Hmm? When's Jem coming back? I'm not so sure, unfortunately. A bit? No, it wasn't a bit. Like Jem really was kind of trouble. He kind of left. He was supposed to come back now, but I don't know where he is. I've been getting a lot of calls about people who claim to be his wives. Wives, not just wife. I don't know what's going on with his life. I don't know him too much. Man, why does it smell like crap here? Or how many minutes do we have until we start? Now? Oh, okay, got it. In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome everybody, my name is Rinken.
The devil.
Okay, I don't know where that came from. Anyways, I'm Rinken, and welcome to Seasonal Roundups. Once again, Jem will not be hosting this episode of Seasonal Roundups, and I'm going to be taking over him for the time being. This episode, we're going to be covering the months of April, May, and June. And to release the video in time, unlike the last episode, I got these guys to help in the animation. So it's thanks to them that we got this video on time. Except if they didn't by the time this was uploaded, it's entirely their fault. Now without further ado, it is time for RSVP Seasonal Roundups. Let's start by briefly covering the events of April to June. On April 1st, we did our usual shenanigans for the holiday occasion by being merged with the Aperture Science Corporation. Thanks to a rotting metallic head of Kate Johnson, we were able to make this deal, and hopefully this will further the field of science and Roblox specialized video production. Unfortunately, that went out the window when Jim apologized for his mispronunciation of V Films' Pawn Shop Losers. Our publicly traded stocks went from $1 to 1 cent, and all hell broke loose. We got sued by our shareholders, we lost our life savings, Jim resigned, leaving a gap in our leadership position, and our associates cut us off due to the unprofessional behavior.
Sorry?
You're fired! But that was just April Fool's. Something worse was about to come next, and that was the first year anniversary of RSVP. That's right, it's been 1 year since this channel uploaded its first video. On April 23rd, we uploaded the community intro animation, and from then on out, released tutorials, music videos, free assets, and a thriving community. And I'd like to thank you guys. And for the occasion, we did something special that I'll discuss later on in the video. We also expanded our library of playlists. Let me introduce you to the RSVP Curated Collections playlist. Now expanded, not just from one playlist, but for several categories. Feature films, short films, series, fan films, collaborations, music videos, teasers and trailers. If you want to check out the best that the community can offer, check this playlist out. And within the same month, we hit the big 5K. That's right, we hit 5,000 subscribers. Now, originally I planned to do a celebration stream just like last time. However, I had to push that back due to real life circumstances, but hopefully we get to do that special celebration stream. And the final event that happened in the month of April was the expansion of the RSVP staff, starting with the Community Manager's application. The application is still open, so if you're interested in becoming a community manager, go to the description and fill out the form. And moving up to March, we released Seasonal Roundups Episode 3. Unfortunately, the video did not perform as well as the last 2 episodes, but it was fun to make, now that I took over Jim's job as a host. Hopefully he might come back sooner. Hopefully sooner, because I'm kind of busy. This also means that after this episode, the next episode is going to be the full first year of RSVP Seasonal Roundups. Maybe we do something special for that occasion. Who knows? And for our last major update, we finally created the RCP Discord tag. So if you want to show that you are a member of this server, put on that tag and spread the word of RSVP. Now that's all the community news. Now it's time for film news. We got a lot to go through, but here are 2 shows that we didn't mention in the previous episode that I want to discuss before we begin the season. Start with Visity's Shattered Dream. At the end of last year, December 9th, episode 1 was released. It's a 3-minute pilot episode where 1/3 of its runtime is dedicated to its intro. Clearly a homage to Gaspar Noé's climax. The story begins with a young man named Keke getting chased by someone who claims to be a slave master, to be rescued by a woman named Meaning. The story barely started, and it seems like a backstory for 2 central characters in Visity's developing shared universe. One more before we cover the season proper. We want to shout out Silver Studios' in-production action-adventure series, Vengeful. It premiered episode 0 in 2023. In fact, the series predated the existence of RSVP itself. The pilot episode has since gone into production, with the teaser released on December 22nd. Vengeful will be about a young woman stumbling upon a legendary weapon which ends up bonding to her. What seems to be a minor incident escalates as her future is forever changed. I highly recommend watching episode 0 of Vengeful. It's all distilled non-stop action, while the episode 1 teaser sets up the atmospheric tone of the series. Now that both of these shows got the time in the limelight, it's time to start the seasonal roundups, starting with the month of April.
You ready?
Let's get that cash. I'll go this way. Call if you find it. Fuck.
On April 2nd, a trailer for Persona Non Machina, a game set in the Divided States universe, was released. Animated by our fellow admin, Globex, and directed by NeuroBandit. Check out this short trailer and keep up with the development of the game on their channel and group. And on the same day, Resented Past, a sci-fi short film, was released by Shake Rider. A member of the Specialized Exorcists and a member from the hidden organization undergoes an investigation and eventually comes to an impasse with an old classmate. What will happen now as this resented past of this genius intermediate flows through his mind? It's an adaptation of a script written by his sister. It's his first foray into cinematic storytelling, and it's a promising one. Such a moody, atmospheric-rich scenario being played out, and the ambiguity lingering in the end, makes this quite the complex story. The world of the story is intriguing, and there's interest from the creator to expand on it. Hopefully, this project by the sibling duo might develop into something special. And...
Wait, hold on a second.
oh my god. A Roblox Marvel fan film that's not based on Spider-Man? Woo! Anyways, sorry, it's just kind of rare. Alright. On April 17th, Krazin Studio released a trailer to the Daredevil, coming soon to Roblox TV. And up next is...
I think it's time for the new guy to step up and show us what he got.
While we have this Marvel trend going, Sync's production released a trailer for The Ultimate Spider-Man on April 18th. It's the new Spider-Man season by Syncs, who made Spider-Man the Other, which the first season concluded in episode 6. Also, he released Venom Symbiotic Bonds and Daredevil Art Gallery.
You suck!
On April 20th, Exactly released part 1 of his Angry Admin collab on his channel. The collab is a remake of the Snipe 4 classic, Angry Admin, uploaded nearly a decade ago.
Oh, seriously? Oh my fucking god, Jesus.
Anyways, so if you're interested, join the Angry Admin remake server. On April 22nd, V Films released a teaser to Day Racer's Reignited, a reboot of his seminal Day Racers series. For those who's not in the know, Day Racers was his debut Roblox series, the very first in his career, which entered hiatus nearly 2 years ago. Fee has said that he wanted to come back to his old series with the new skills he accumulated over the years, and expand on the Day Racers universe. The show will follow up on the events of Day Racers Episode 4, with Toshi reappearing as a core cast member and a new protagonist for this new chapter of this story. And on April 23, RSVP had a special day, the first year anniversary of the channel. And we celebrated by creating a special video for the occasion. I gotta admit, as a person who animated this, I had a lot of fun on this one. I always love making these like pseudo music video stuff. This time around, I have a lot more fight scenes to work with, which is something that is new to me. A bit of choreography experimented on the camera work, and included a bunch of voice acting from the people in the community, which is great. I thank you guys for like contributing to that. I think it added a lot to the video. Not to mention some of the guest animators helped me get the video released on time. This is probably one of the most creative, fulfilling projects I'd undertake, even though the performance of the video wasn't that great compared to tutorials. I think one thing that people don't really know is that this is kind of a pseudo sequel to Bitter Reconciliation, following what happens to these characters after RCPP was created. In the description of the video, you can see a story description that actually gives a hint as to what the story being expressed in the video is. So if you're interested in that, just read it off. It is a project that I gave a lot of thought in for a 5-minute video. I just want to show my appreciation, and hopefully we have a great second year for RSVP. Don't compromise, don't hesitate, no regrets. That's all I can say.
I will overcome my past. I'll show the world of my new potential.
I wrote a blog post a while ago about why I f***ing hate video games, because this is what it does. It appeals to like the male fantasy.
On April 22nd, Vizidi released the Slice of Life short film Daily Life, featuring Kim and Miming. It's set in the same universe as Hungry Cat, featuring the same characters, and apparently has connections with the ongoing series Shattered Dreams. Whatever this connection is yet to be revealed, but for now, enjoy this really comfy anime. What? Jim? Jim? Is that you, Jim? Jim, what are you doing here? Jim, where have you gone? We need you here for the show. What the hell's going on? Jim! Well, hold on. Wait. So if he's there, then does that mean, is the universe connected and shared Hungry Cat? What? What?! And finally, for April, Xander Nico released Tiran's Raid in the Hive Docs on April 27th. An action animation set in the Deep Woken universe. It is Deep Woken, right? Like, it's not Rogue Lineage or Arcane Legacy. Any of that, right? Okay. Masterfully crafted with a Baroque background and a complex choreography in the set-piece animation. While light on story, this is a wonderful short film featuring 2 characters that previously starred in Xander Nico's last animation. Ah, oh god. I had a nasty cold this morning. Man, the traffic outside. It took me like 40 minutes for a 20-minute drive. God. All right, I think I'll take a break. Give me 5. Make sure no one takes over, all right? Okay. Oh, God. Okay, I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh, God. I shouldn't pick up that vape. Raven! What are you doing here?
We are here to make sure the madman returns to take back his show.
Fire!
Hello there. It sure does feel good to be back. With that being said, back to news. Let's start off May with an update on Kevin's series Visionary. Kevin has revealed the sets to be used within his project, utilizing assets by Desluzets. KADEN'S village looks so stunning and cozy, with its vibrant, natural, earthy colors, and its Edo period-inspired architecture. Its breathtaking visuals certainly hypes us up for the official release of Visionary. Now moving on to May 16th. EdBO0N revealed the first look into his upcoming KOMBAT remake, which is going to be a Roblox adaptation of the events of Mortal Kombat 9. Episode 1 is currently in production, and it will cover Johnny Cage as the protagonist, just like the first chapter of Mortal Kombat 9. You will also be butting heads of Sonya Blade in this episode too, just like in Mortal Kombat 9. As a Mortal Kombat fan myself, I am really looking forward to this. Now, sliding on to May 17, Spetsimation released the second episode of Opposing Squadrog, with the subtitle of Missing in Action. In this 20-minute episode, we follow the villainous Corporal Alexander Shepard as he and his cleanup crew search through the zombie-infested Spetsnaz mall. Opposing Squadrog is brutal, intense, and chaotic. As the zombie catastrophe. Okay, cool, I said it right this time. Catastrophe. As the zombie catastrophe grows with no end in sight, mortality increases, blood is spilled, and endless bullets cut through the air in this brutal installment of Opposing Squadrog. Now, moving along to May 19th, we have a release of RS episode What the F***, created by Hunter. Originally released as an unlisted April Fool's video, Hunter intended it to be a birthday video for Leo. Not much else I can say about it aside from it being completely bloody bonkers. But goddamn, the Discord notification sound effects are really messing with me. On May 23rd, we got the release of Tales of a Vagabond, Episode 1, Hit, from the same creator from the Roblox feature film Isle Alpha 1, Gerald Gubber. So, the plot. Aaron Romulad, or his street name, Vagabond, is tasked with killing a former higher-up at the B Corporation. It was all in for Aaron's pride and glory. That he'd soon run out of, after that fateful night. And at the very end of May, we got the release of Hammerhead 2, a high-quality, action-packed Roblox war film, based on the free ND universe, a sequel to the first Hammerhead film, and most importantly, created by Blaley. Hammerhead is an action-packed war film following Sergeant Thompson and his tank crew. The action and animation is spectacular. You don't want to miss this one. And the first film, of course. It's important to see Hammerhead 1 before seeing Hammerhead 2. We don't want another Saxon situation. But anyway, if you are looking for an easy-to-watch fun action flick, I highly recommend watching Hammerhead 1 and Hammerhead 2. We also got Pepperino to do an interview with Blaley, so let's cut over to that right now.
Oh, hello? Is this thing on? Oh, hi! My name is Pepperino. Up next, we're going to interview an amazing filmmaker. Well known by his Roblox Tank series, this person has been around the YouTube space for about 6 years. He's also the creator of The Noob, a horror short film, and a few other notable projects. Not only that, but he is also enlisted and stationed in the US Air Force. Everybody, welcome Blaley, the creator of Hammerhead, to the show.
Hello, yes, I'm Blaley. I've been animating Roblox shorts for about 6 years. I'm primarily known for the Hammerhead series of animations that I've released. The first one releasing in 2022 and the latest one releasing last week in May. I am an active duty service member. I am currently stationed in Germany, which has given me a lot of insight and opportunities that I wouldn't otherwise have. It's also why I've taken so long to release new things, because, you know, life.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it's been quite the journey.
That's great. Ever since Hammerhead 1, I've also seen a bunch of improvements for Hammerhead 2. Could you talk about that?
So, biggest thing you will notice is just the amount of effort put into the animation quality itself. So the characters, there's a lot more secondary movement. There's a lot more facial movement to tell emotion, to get what they're feeling, which is kind of a feat to do, pretty difficult to do with R6 characters. You know, they're not meant to be showing this kind of emotion. It takes a lot of effort to get them to. Alongside that, in Hammerhead 2, there is a lot more rigs involved in each scene. So in Hammerhead 1, you had like 3. In Hammerhead 2, you had at least like 20 or even like 30 of them in one scene. You got the tanks, you got characters running around, you got the bad guys running around, you got the weapons. It's just a lot more task management that I had to learn to accomplish it. Alongside that, when characters are speaking, you have the lip sync. So I've definitely improved an aspect of lip syncing and learning better processes to do lip sync, because in Hammerhead 1, I was literally playing the audio and then guesstimating it on the character and then playing the audio again to see if it fit. And in Hammerhead 2, I actually had a plugin that I used that could play the audio with the save file so I can correctly get them to work together. Alongside that, the rigs have been improved, mainly the tanks, so they're not just duct tape and Elmer's glue. They're actually like put together properly to be more expressive. Alongside that, you have the particles. The particle effects have improved. So it's just every facet of everything I could possibly improve on, I've improved upon. It was a massive learning experience. So some scenes are definitely, if you really want to look at Hammerhead 2 and like dig into it, you can see that some scenes were actually made for other ones and a lot more rough around the edges, while other scenes are more polished as I learned how to make things better. There's at least 30 plus names in there. Well, I'll be honest, I did 99% of the work, but it would not have been possible without the folks that helped me. And a lot of them did it for the love of the game, just like I did. And there are so many creative people that are so talented that absolutely would just love to work on these kind of projects, and they get most of their motivation by seeing their stuff be appreciated by others. And so a lot of the props, the clothing, the graphics, the particles, now the UGC, everything I had to use were made by other people.
Yeah, it's cool that you say that, because honestly, I think me and a lot of people, the reason why we join this community and we participate and make models, it's because most of the people who are doing it are just like us, right? We're not doing it for money. We're just here to have fun. And obviously, yeah, there's nothing wrong with making money. I want to clarify that. But it's just something that's commendable. And it's just something that I just really like about the community. Alright, obviously, this section is going to end now. So do you have any final comments?
I want to thank you guys for inviting me, because this is one of the first interviews I've done. And, it's such a great experience seeing other people to know I'm not alone in this endeavor, the other people with my aspirations, other people to look to and help out. So I'm very thankful for you inviting me. I've had a great time at RSVP so far, and I hope to see more great projects from you guys.
Of course. And that was it for this session. We'll see you around.
On June 2nd, Chaotic released a teaser trailer for the upcoming short film, Rebound. Rebound is a gritty, emotional, and action-packed short film following the character of Ashir, a relentless fighter with powerful regenerative abilities, which allows him to recover from even the most deadliest of wounds. He embarks on a violent path of revenge, set out to destroy the Red Fang crew, the very people who are responsible for killing his parents. Not only can his obsession with vengeance destroy his enemies, but also his humanity. Chaotic has stated the film is around 20 minutes long. For more updates on the film, I recommend joining their server. Now moving on to June 16th, we got an update from none other than Raven Akira on episode 5 of Black Sparrow. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing episode 5 anytime this year. This is due to Raven's life being quite busy at the moment. They haven't touched the project since the first 10 minutes of episode 5 dropped. Even though the series is a really big part of Class R, and said series meaning a lot to them, Raven does admit they do find themselves getting a bit bored of it, along with rewriting the last 2 episodes. But you gotta understand that they've been working on Black Sparrow for almost 6 years now, and they have been eyeing other potential project ideas as well. So as of now, Raven Akira is focusing all their current efforts on a short film that might release sometime this year. This will give them a bit more time to properly develop the last 2 episodes of Black Sparrow, and to make up for the fact episode 5 is not coming out this year. We currently don't know much about the short film as of now, but going by the hints within the post and the Class R server, we are going to be getting a short focusing on the character of KOMBAT, who we all know was the main antagonist of the second VS Declassified movie, Mission Blackout. Oh, and the obligatory reminder, never skip Saxon. On the 7th of June, Bomb Assassin released the trailer for their unofficial Forsaken animated series. The series in question will have an overarching plot, with about 8 episodes planned. Each episode is speculated to be around 11 to 12 minutes in length. To quote Bomb Assassin, "While I am reinventing the characters in a sort of way, much of it should be extremely similar to the already existing game lore, and I'm trying to write my own story in such a way that it could try and fit in really easily into the canonical world of Forsaken as it is right now. I don't want to raise expectations too high, because I'm not sure if I can meet them, but I love subversive storytelling, hype and tense scenes, and strong character moments, so expect that from the show's writing." Moving along to the 14th, we have Keke and Keke's Roblox Film Fest. The event showed off a lot of announcements from various Roblox filmmakers, such as Cynics, Steel 56 Studio, Chaotic Man, Alta Productions, Infinity Films, Mini Films, and many more. To end off the month of June, we got an update from Leo. So on the 25th, Leo broke out of his hiatus to give us an update on what he's been doing and what's going on. To give you a brief rundown, he has been practicing other things outside of animation, such as music, as well as practicing English and his voice acting skills. He also provided an update as to why he privated the first episode of My Rogue Lineage Adventure, Episode 1. In his words, the story has been discontinued due to the hiatus, but he does plan on redoing the project from scratch. He has stated that once MRLA is back up and running, he will unprivate the original video. To quote Leo, he does not want to suppress his history or background as an animator. He has also brought up the status of his mental health as well, and I'm happy to report that he's doing well, and he is slowly getting his life back on track, as well as other updates from him. He has been working on a big updated map for MRLA, which will also be used in a secret project as a testbed. Leo plans on returning in December. And the last bit of news from him, Hunter is lazy as f***, but he has confirmed RS Episode 3 is still in the works. So that's the update on Leo, and man, we miss having you around, buddy. And yeah, that was June. Aside from all this, nothing else happened. Anyways, that's all from this episode of Seasonal Roundup. And before we go, I'm going to give you all a preview of the next tutorial. Thank you all for watching the show, and enjoy the preview. So, get this. You are making an animation in Moon, and you want to make it look good. Cinematic, let's say. But you stumble into an issue.